Welcome back, everybody, to Caravan of Garbage, where we're looking at Mission Impossible movies and going, what's this one?
It's Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Is the
Yeah.
fifth one. And we're doing more than that. We're doing more than answering the question, which one is that?
And leave a like.
Oh, okay. And that's it. Good night, everybody.
No Mason.
Oh.
Because this week, of course, even though my wife's away and I'm dying looking after the kids, I'm literally dying, Mason.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
I'm going to do another big stunt this week. It'll be at the end, or I didn't.
That's right.
Find out.
I mean, you said Tom Cruise
Yeah.
was a loser and a coward for only holding his breath for 6 minutes.
Yep.
So you said you could beat that easily.
I did.
Or possibly a different stunt.
Or possibly a different
So
stunt.
we'll see. We haven't thought of it yet. We'll do it. Anyway, you're literally dying, so hopefully you've got a Rebecca Ferguson-style character who can jumpstart your heart and then betray you.
But
then not betray you?
Yeah.
But then betray you again.
Yeah.
But then not betray you. And then we all go rogue. Everybody goes rogue.
Everyone goes off book, off script, they go rogue.
Oh.
We'll talk about it. You know what's interesting about this one?
What's that?
So Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie, they actually credit the success of the Marvel movies for their decision to make this more serialized as a franchise.
Because in this one we get the debut of Solomon Lane, who is the primary villain, or at least a significant villain of this one, and then
the next
6.
one. And he goes, yeah.
And then maybe 7?
Yes.
Yeah. Unless he died in 6, I can't remember.
Ethan. Yeah.
I also consider the movie The Stranger to be part of this. That's after Solomon Lane was soundly defeated.
Yeah.
He went to sort of semi-rural Australia and became just a real burnout guy, you know.
And other things.
Yeah.
And other terrible things.
Other terrible things. People should check that movie out.
Here's the thing, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of this that I forgotten. For example, Jeremy Renner's in this movie.
That was the first one, yes.
And he's in it like a lot.
Yeah. But we were talking about Fallout last week.
Yeah.
We were talking about Ghost Protocol last week. And we said, isn't it a shame that Jeremy Renner isn't in any more of these? And then we looked at the poster for the next one and we're like, oh, no, he is.
There he is.
Is this a fan-made poster? Is this a wish list? I wish Jeremy Renner was back. No, he is back. Isn't that wild?
Well, speaking of him being back, apparently Jeremy Renner still has one more Mission Impossible movie on his contract.
Oh.
So who knows? I'd like to see him pop up again.
Yeah, I would like to see a lot of the...
Just all of them?
Yeah, a lot of secondary characters that have disappeared.
What about this? Avengers Endgame finale scene. It's a room full of people and it's just everybody who's ever been in this is just masks off.
Oh my God, yes please.
Just
that's
masks off for days. John Voight's there. Everybody from the original series.
That's right.
Just everything.
Oh, some of the characters from the video game, the NES game, getting hit by trucks. Oh my God, yes please, that would be great.
Yeah. See, thinking back on this before I went into it again, I quite like this one, by the way. I think it's pretty great.
I think it's pretty great also. I didn't love it at the time.
No, I remember liking it. And I remember thinking, well, they did the big stunt up top, which is spectacular.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. But I don't really remember much else.
And what I remembered most of it was the subsequent big stunt, which is the scene where Ethan has to go into the server room, the underwater server room, much of which is sort of CGI'd out. You know, it doesn't...
Big CGI arms.
And apparently, he did a lot of underwater work for this, but it doesn't look real.
No, it doesn't,
It was a little bit disappointing, and I think that's probably the reason that...
They tried to make it like a Marvel movie.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's Marvel's fault.
That's right. Any success in this, Tom and Macquarie's doing... any failures, it's
Kevin Feige.
It's Kevin Feige or somebody put motion smoothing on their TV. That's probably what I did, and I apologize.
Yeah. But you know what I really enjoy about this movie? It really starts to build on the legend of Ethan Hunt. There's a couple of key moments.
Yes.
One where he meets like a junior IMF agent. She's like, oh my God, you're real. You're that guy that I love or whatever. And he's
That's
like,
right.
yeah, maybe I am, baby. Maybe I am.
Maybe I am. Just keep your eyes on this guy and let your guard down. Oh, you're dead. Oh, you're dead.
And the other moment is where Alec Baldwin does a speech and calls him the living manifestation of destiny.
That's exactly right. I'd tell you who was doing some good face acting in this movie. It's both Sean Harris and Alec Baldwin are doing some insane, like, bug-eyed rage acting behind their eye, and it's great. I love it.
Very good stuff.
Yeah.
So the story in this one, you're not going to believe it. The IMF is disbanding.
Oh.
And that's not good because there's big terrorism happening all the time now.
That's right.
Because
and they're the guys that stop big terrorism.
That's right.
The other guys are in the pocket of big terrorism.
Sometimes they contribute to big terrorism.
It's a real roll of the dice with these guys, isn't it?
But you know who doesn't contribute to big terrorism?
Ethan Hunt?
Ethan Hunt, that's right.
But they think he does.
Yeah.
So he's got to go rogue.
It's crazy because they also know that he's the living manifestation of destiny. So you think that they would remember that.
Yeah, but
he doesn't do big terrorism.
Alec Baldwin comes to that realization later in the movie. I think that's his character arc.
Oh, okay.
I hate Ethan Hunt, but he's a whirlwind of chaos and he saves the world a lot of the time.
That's right, yeah.
And I love him. And now I'm his boss and best friend, and we go on a picnic together.
Yep. But I do love the idea of this rogue nation, like these presumed dead or missing agents that have formed their own little coalition.
I love it in theory, and I think that's perhaps one of the reasons that I didn't love it initially on the cinema release, because they refer to it as an anti-IMF, right? And if you're going to give us an anti-IMF, I personally want that like similar squad trope.
Yeah, okay.
Like you've got a computer guy and you've got a brawler and you've got a gadget guy and they come up against each other. I know that's not particularly realistic, but if you recall in the last movie we had that movable hologram hallway. So this movie franchise isn't strictly speaking about realism all the time.
You want to see when they're walking towards each other like down the street and they're just locking into the doppelganger version of themselves.
They're lined up exactly the same way. Exactly right. And, you know, Simon Pegg has form in that because he was in Shaun of the Dead and they had
That's true.
They had an alternate squad, right?
They really
did. And that's
did.
kind of what I want. So that is a little bit disappointing, but you know, some of them have got some chops. They've got a gun in a bassoon or whatever. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I think that's a trombone.
Well, okay. I think you're probably right. I think it's upright double bass. We know music.
I love that opera sequence and the way it's timed with the music. It feels like a level of Hitman.
Yeah, it does.
Which I think there is a level of Hitman, which is pretty much just this. And I love that there's a guy, and I enjoy this whenever they do it because it's so rare.
I love it in movies when there's a guy as well, because oftentimes in a movie where there's no guy, what an empty room.
What are you looking at?
Come on.
Ridiculous.
Ugh.
What is this, an Andy Warhol fucking movie where it's a picture of a can of soup or whatever?
Right?
Yuck.
Needs there to be a guy eating that soup. Then you got a movie.
It's a movie. But I love when there's a guy comically bigger than Tom Cruise. And not just accidentally bigger.
So just a normal man.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. But, you know, like, noticeably bigger, because I feel like they don't lean into it a lot. Everybody knows that he's not, like, a huge guy, which is fine, by the way.
Yeah.
But just...
Except when Jack Reacher came out.
Oh, yeah, that was a problem. But luckily they've compensated with the biggest man that they could find. Speaking of finding, Rebecca Ferguson is such a good find for this series.
Agreed, yes.
My goodness. I don't know if it's a counterpoint, but as an equal to Ethan Hunt. It's just all there.
That's
right. Love that.
Much better than his wife.
Yeah.
Come on.
She sucks.
She's killed like 2 guys in her whole life.
2 guys.
Come on, Rebecca Ferguson's probably killed hundreds of guys.
Probably
while they were enjoying a can of soup. Bang. Face down in the soup. That's a movie.
That is a movie.
But you're absolutely right. She's got the skills.
Yep.
She's got the
yellow dress.
She's got the yellow dress.
I feel like that's like an iconic spy look.
She's got a gun in a banister.
Yeah, a gun in a banister.
Whatever that. Safety rail.
Yeah, I think it's a trombone.
Yeah.
Yeah, really great. And I love that there's, you know, some tech in this that maybe isn't super over the top, but we haven't seen it before. He's got new weird underwater goggles.
That's true.
That's good.
He drives a motor car.
He does drive a motor car. He has an oxygen glove that it's like a video game.
Yeah.
You know, life health meter.
That's true.
Telling him when he's going to die. You know when you're going to die. You don't need to look at that.
Yeah. You get a sense about it, you know?
You get a sense about it. He's got a glass disintegrating thing.
That's true. What have we seen that in before?
It's
James Bond.
Yeah, it's on a ring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe he stole it from James Bond. Unbelievable.
After all the thieving James Bond has done over the years.
Exactly. And watching this, there's a few things that really struck me compared to, say, like the Fast and Furious franchise.
Go on. You know what? Because I think, honestly, the Fast and Furious franchise and Mission Impossible do share some elements.
Yeah.
But I think Mission Impossible...
And maybe cast members.
Yeah. And maybe like MacGuffins.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a chip with a list.
Is that laser going to bounce off the moon and hit the president? I hope not.
Sure. Actual line of dialogue from Fast and Furious 1, ladies and gentlemen.
But there's a moment in this where they have a car chase through an exotic locale.
Oh, yes.
Similarly to Fast X. And these things are night and day. And I'm not talking about the Tom Cruise, Cameron Diaz action thriller, Night and Day.
That's right.
I'm talking about the comparisons here. I know there are some sequences that would have to be CGI'd, like that car flip or whatever.
Right.
But so much of it is real.
Side note.
Yeah.
Do you think, because I think in America, it's not required you always wear your seatbelt.
Depending on the state or whatever.
Yeah, but does that mean that some Americans think that if you put your seatbelt on, you can survive a car flipping 10 times over and over?
Yes.
Is that okay?
And it's true. Simon Pegg should know that also.
Yeah.
He's a British man.
That's exactly
Maybe
right.
that's why he's like, what am I even doing this for?
Yeah. But you're absolutely right. The action, the chase sequences in these movies feel real and terrifying. The motorcycle chase, when
he's in his element.
When Ethan has just had a heart attack and has been brought back to life, and he's like, you know what'll be fun? And he's already done a car chase. He's like, you know what'll be fun after? A little.
Also, his heart had just restarted.
Yeah. You know what? A little after dinner mint would be motorcycle chase.
Oh my goodness.
And that is terrifying.
Yeah, really good stuff. Because also, he's doing it for real, and he's just like in a weird shirt.
That's right. Yeah.
You come off that whether you're in a movie or not. Your whole skin is gone.
Yeah.
Just shucked like a cob of corn.
Or you're wearing that shirt in your coffin because it's been welded to your body. Oh, snakeskin. Interesting choice for a funeral.
Well, I guess he does come off the bike, doesn't he? Because she knows his weakness. Standing in the middle of the road, and you have to be a person that he sort of likes or trusts,
That's true.
you know? He's not willing to do that.
That's right.
Which I appreciate. I've got a note here that just says, fuck the Brits in all caps. And I don't know what that is in reference to. Presumably Rebecca Ferguson's boss. I like that actor.
I don't know. Is it because, my first thought was like, the IMF is like, oh my God, the syndicate, they're going to kidnap the Prime Minister. And as a person in a nation...
Who has kidnapped the Prime Minister.
Exactly. And in a nation, we have a Prime Minister. My first thought was, who cares? Whatever, just replace him. I don't care.
There'll be another one.
Yeah.
We're going to bunch of those dudes. They all look the same. It's
exactly.
fine.
Just drown him in the ocean and name a pool after him. It's fine. And then the next guy can move one to the left and he can be the Prime Minister now.
Now, that's not a hypothetical thing, is it?
No.
That's a thing that happened in this country.
To Harold Holt, yes.
I love that scene at the end, though. It's very tense, and they're all in a room, and they're like, Ethan Hunt is coming. He's going to do a big mission.
He is the sun.
Yeah.
He is the sun and the moon. He is the beginning and ending of the universe itself.
He might be shooting a laser and bouncing it off the moon to kill the British Prime Minister, we suspect. Right. And I'd forgotten which one he was in that room. But I knew he was in the room, and I'm looking at him like, he could be Alec Baldwin, but Alec Baldwin is doing the speech, and that would be weird if...
Yeah.
Like he was...
And Ethan Hunt is super cool.
Yep.
And he's actually he's taller than you'd think. And also...
He doesn't need to wear stilts when he's impersonating Alec Baldwin.
That's exactly right. No, it was me.
And then it was the guy.
Yeah, it was the other guy.
Yeah, really good stuff. Loved all that. I also liked at the end how they just trapped the villain in the box.
Yeah, and then kicked the box over.
Like
That's
a
cool.
rat.
Yeah, got him.
Yeah.
Nice. Nobody had tried that before, had they?
No.
On this international super spy, they tried to trace his financials or track him down through a series of international arms deals or whatever. Now trap him in a box.
Or beat him up.
Wait till he goes to the shops and then trap him in a box.
Yeah. They got him good, mate. Yeah. But I think he's going to get out of that box, though.
Oh, you reckon?
No, sooner rather than later, yeah. So I guess the question is, and it's becoming redundant at this point, does he go...
Yes.
Does he go rogue?
Oh, yes. Also that.
But they make him go rogue, to be fair. I mean, they always make him go rogue, I guess.
He could retire.
Yeah, but they shut it down and...
Oh, well.
I don't know.
Okay, well, that's the question then. Is he still technically going rogue if his organisation has been shut down?
Well, he grows that beard. So what does that tell you?
Oh, then yes, absolutely.
Remember that bit they thought he was in that room?
He was in a different room. It's a different freaking room.
Did you think he was in that room?
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd seen it before, but still. He's shifty, that guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
He could be in the same room.
Yeah, he really could be. What about the hair? What about the hair situation? Speaking of things,
you know what? I thought it was quite versatile.
Me
you
too.
know what? It had a good swoop to the
had
fringe.
Had a flop to it.
Had a flop to it. Looked good in the action sequences, but when he goes to the opera, makes it look real nice.
Exactly.
It was a good level for him.
You can't do that with the Mission Impossible 2/4 hair.
That's true, and you can't do it with the Mission Impossible 1. Too militaristic, you know what I mean?
Talked about that, yeah exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah.
Fresh out of the military. What was he thinking with that haircut?
Oh my God, embarrassing.
He looks like a Lego man. You could set your fucking watch to that haircut, Mason.
That's right.
Disgusting.
But you couldn't play a bassoon to it, could you?
No. Anyways, Mason, it's trivia. Mission Impossible. That's in Crucible Edition.
I love that.
These are all the things that I've found in Crucible about Tom Cruise.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I've just compiled them into this one section.
Okay, I'm ready to disagree, but I don't think I will.
Sometimes they might be, say, organically spread across the video. Not this time, Mason.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Also brought to you by Halo 5. Did you know?
What?
It's in the movie.
Oh, it is too. Is it? No, it's Halo 3, I think.
No.
Is it?
Halo 3's from like 2007 or whatever.
Also, like, in that scene, Benji's got a little mirror set up, so if somebody comes down the hall, they're like, he can switch off his Halo 5.
You're saying he should have had a mirrored hallway situation?
I think he should have requested a different office. But also, like, by the time you see, he's not a very good agent. By the time you see somebody in that mirror, they've clocked you already. You have a 3-monitor setup and you're playing Halo on it.
True.
Come on, man.
I mean, he's getting his work done, and that's what's important.
That's true.
You know? That's what I think the problem...
He's got time to Halo. He's got time to Halo jump out of a plane. Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah. I understand.
That's the expression in the IMF.
So apparently Tom Cruise learned to hold his breath for 6 minutes, which ended up extending the length of the stunt, because they were like, how long can you do? And he's like, I don't know, 6 minutes. And they're like, okay, I guess we'll make this sequence 6 minutes.
Initially, they would have been like, okay, well, how about you finish the stunt and then you just sit around in the water for an extra 2 minutes? And he's like, could you extend the... I'll look a bit silly.
Could I hit by a big CGI arm?
Oh, yeah. That could work.
Then I'll keep doing some swimming?
Yeah.
The stunt coordinator apparently told Simon Pegg that Tom Cruise was doing all the driving because he didn't have a better driver than him.
Wow.
I bet that was Tom Cruise with a mustache.
Yes.
This isn't Tom Cruise related, but it's in here. It's snuck in, but here we go. This is the first Mission Impossible film not to feature the jump and hang scene.
Oh, right. Interesting.
Pretty incruisable.
That is incruisable.
Because I can't. It's hard to... I'm pretty incruised that it's not in here.
Yeah, I understand. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
And apparently the big air stunt, that was 5,000 feet in the air.
Okay.
Insane thing to do. Apparently it took him like a couple of days for his body temperature to come back to normal.
Okay.
He had to wear special contacts which covered his entire eyeballs.
Those are called glasses, but all right.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're special.
Okay.
I saw it behind the scenes.
Special.
They said it was special.
I think they're probably just clear frames. They've probably got them
no,
as Specsavers.
contacts. They go over his eyeballs. They're not...
That sounds like glasses.
They're not glasses. They stick to his eyeballs.
Interesting. Those sound like the bottom of Coke bottles.
There's footage of it.
Okay, I believe you.
And apparently they did it 8 times, and they had to do it like at a very specific time of day because you need a certain amount of light and etc. and blah blah blah. Also, he nearly fell out the back. He went and he nearly fell out the back.
That's true. Yeah.
That's a mistake they nearly made in this movie. God, I hate mistakes in movies, Mason.
What a goose!
They make me so mad.
Yeah.
Anyways, you ready for a big stunt?
Yeah.
I didn't do one.
Whoa.
There's not one here.
Oh wow.
What do you think of that?
I mean, that's bold. I mean, it's not that you could die.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of people could swear never to watch one of these videos ever again. So that's
I
quite
dare
dangerous.
them not to.
Wow.
I dare them to sit through all of this dreck and then never come back.
Yes.
I dare you.
Wow.
Anyways, box office. On a budget of $150 million, this took home in the international market $682.7 million, which is slightly below 4, but still a very good number. Bearing in mind, though, this came in behind Star Wars Episode 7, Jurassic World, Furious 7, Age of Ultron, Minions, Spectre, Inside Out. And what's interesting about all of those brands, except for probably Minions, a lot of people have lost faith in those.
Oh, like now?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Whereas Mission Impossible, people are just...
They're raring to go.
They're raring to go.
Because it's a movie. It's a big movie-going experience. Just seen at the movies, and Tom Cruise will not allow it to go onto streaming in 45 days or whatever it is.
That's right. And if you watch it at home, even in the allotted window, there's a good chance he could come to your house and kill you.
That's right. He'll come out of that motion smoothing. He just slurp his way out of it, and he'll get you. You can do that,
Absolutely. Anyways, come back next week for Mission Impossible. They fight in the bathroom.
Oh, my God. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Oh, Henry Cavill's going to reload his arms and his mustache is going to spring out.
His mustache is going to...
Oh, my God. This is it. This is the reverse Justice League. This is the other side of that coin. Of the weird CGI face that he had in Justice League because Paramount wouldn't let him shave the mustache. Oh, my God.
It's incruisable.
It's just come full circle.
It really has. And maybe people want to see that early. Of course they do.
Yeah.
Because they're still here, I think. Even though I threatened them.
You threatened them.
You can actually head over to bigsandwich.co, which is like our private Patreon, where if you sign up there, these always go up early.
That's right.
And in addition to that, there are thousands of hours of bonus exclusive content, including movie commentaries, video game let's plays, bonus podcasts, and our podcast, The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows that comes out every Monday. That actually comes out there on Sunday as opposed to Monday.
Is it really thousands of hours?
Yeah, probably.
Too many.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Says a lot about us, I think.
I think it does.
And the amount of free time we have.
I agree.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks everybody. Wow.
Bang up job.
I agree.
Grab that, Jimmy, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.